Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read S4 4036, The Animal Rescue Club by John the Himmelman. Chapter 1, Stuck in the Mud. Chapter 1, Stuck in the Mud. Jeffrey was soaking wet. He was riding his bike home in the rain, and the tires were sticking in the mud. He pedaled harder, suddenly he heard a shout. Hey, a boy waved to Jeffrey from the edge of a big mud puddle. A girl had waded into the middle of it. Could you give us in? The boy asked Jeffrey. What are you doing? Jeffrey asked. A squirrel is stuck in the mud, the boy said. My friend is trying to rescue it. My job is to get help if she gets stuck. The girl picked up a muddy squirrel, then she slipped. Help, she called. I'm stuck. Here's your help, shouted the boy. He patted Jeffrey's back. Would you go help her? He asked. I don't like mud puddles. I read a study about a boy who sank into one all the way up to his nose. He didn't get out for days. I'll go, said Jeffrey. The mud was very deep. Jeffrey walked carefully. Here, take the squirrel, said the girl. Be gentle, but don't drop it. Jeffrey took the squirrel. The girl pushed herself up and followed him. One of her boots was lost in the mud. I hate wearing boots anyway, she said, and grinned at Jeffrey. Thanks for your help. I'm Bina, and this is Raymond. Jeffrey told him his name and asked, Is a squirrel okay? It's breathing all right, Raymond said. He wrapped the squirrel in a towel. This is a gray squirrel. They can swim, but not in mud. Bina took off the boot and tucked the squirrel inside. They will keep it dry for the ride. She said, Where are you taking it? Jeffrey asked. To a hospital for wild animals, said Raymond. Wow, said Jeffrey. Can I come? Follow us, said Bina. Bina and Raymond led Jeffrey to the hospital. A woman named Anita was cleaning a cage, and a boy named Mike was feeding a raccoon with a baby bottle. Anita took the squirrel from Bina. The squirrel is very weak, Anita said. We will clean her up and let her get some rest. What should we name her? How about Mud Pie, suggested Jeffrey. Perfect, said Anita. The raccoon's name is Nikki, said Ma. She lost her mother. Now we are her mothers, said Bina, and fathers, said Raymond. This is the Animal Rescue Club. We rescue wild animals that are hurt and help them get better. Then we set them free, said Mike. Want to join, Jeffrey? Bina asked. We can always use more help. Sounds great, said Jeffrey. Chapter 2, Down the Drain. The next day, Jeffrey went back to the Animal Rescue Club. Mud Pie is doing better, Anita said, but she still needs rest. Another call just came in. We need an opossum rescue on Maple Street. Grab your bike, Jeffrey, Bina said. I don't know what to do, said Jeffrey. We will tell you, said Raymond. Can I ride with you, Jeffrey? Mike asked. Bina hits all the bumps in the road, and Raymond wobbles too much. Don't you have a bike? Asked Jeffrey. I don't see well, said Mike, since I can only make out shapes and shadows. I can steer a bike. Oh, said Jeffrey, sure. You can ride with me. Come on, guys, said Bina. The Animal Rescue Club raced to Maple Street. The possum is up on the roof, a man said. It got stuck in the drain pipe. Only a baby opossum would fit in a drain pipe, said Mike. It should be asleep now, Raymond said. Opossums are not animals. I'd get a ladder, the man said. Where's Bina? Asked Jeffrey. I'm on the roof, called Bina. How did you get up there? Said Jeffrey. I climbed, Bina said. Bina isn't afraid of anything, said Raymond. The man came back with the ladder. Why don't you go up? Raymond said to Jeffrey. I don't like high places. I read the story about a man who climbed to the top of a ladder. His legs shook so much that the ladder fell apart. Mike held out a pair of thick gloves. Wear these, he said. Possums can bite, Raymond said. I read the story. Don't tell me, said Jeffrey. He put on the gloves and climbed up the ladder. He tried to keep his legs from shaking. The possum is really stuck, said Beener. I don't want to pull any harder. I have an idea, Jeffrey said. He pulled the pipe off the gutter and pushed the little possum out. You got him, said Beener. Now you take him down. I'll slide the drain pipe back. Gutters are for raindrops, not for possums. Jeffrey said. The opossum snipped his ear. Jeffrey jumped, and the ladder wobbled. Help! Cried Jeffrey. Beener grabbed Jeffrey's shirt. Got you, she said. The man and Raymond grabbed the ladder. It's steady now, they called. Thanks, Beener, Jeffrey said. You helped me yesterday, and I helped you today, she said. Let's get the opossum back to the hospital. Chapter 3, Around and Around. They named the opossum Raindrop. He was skinny, but he did not want to eat. Raindrop is scared, Anita said. He has a lot of new smells and sounds to get used to. It'll take time. Mudpie was just sitting up and eating. You look great, Jeffrey told her. She's ready to go back to the wild, Anita said. Let's take her. Said Raymond. I'm gonna stay here, Mike said. Raindrop needs me. Jeffrey, Beener, and Raymond took Mudpie to the place they had found her. Good luck, Mudpie, Jeffrey said. Stay out of mud puddles. Mudpie climbed onto his shoulder. She is now leaving. Squirrels feel safer up in trees, said Raymond. You are the next best thing. Jeffrey walked to a tree. Mudpie jumped to it and went up the trunk. Now the squirrel met her, and the two ran across the branches. Be careful up there, Jeffrey called. That's how squirrels should act, Beener said. Good luck, Mudpie. Back at the hospital, they told Anita and Mike about Mudpie's new friend. Mike has good news, too. Raindrop likes grapes, Mike said. I gave him food that was fun to touch. Now he's eating. We need another rescue, Anita said. We just got a call about a goose in trouble on Catfish Lake. Jeffrey Beener and Raymond took off again. At the edge of the lake, a goose was spinning around in a circle. Geese aren't supposed to swim like that, Raymond said. The water isn't very deep, said Beener. We can wade in, chase it onto the land, and we can grab it. I don't like lakes, said Raymond. I'd rather study about fish who nibble at your toe. I'll wait here. Beener and Jeffrey waded into the water. Jeffrey kept an eye out for fish, shouted at the goose, and splashed the water. But the goose didn't swim out of the lake. The goose flew out of the lake. Help! Yelled Raymond. It's after me. He ran to a tree. The goose limped after him. Beener grabbed the goose. The goose grabbed Beener. It's got my hair. Beener cried. Jeffrey tried to pull the goose away. Ouch, said Beener. It won't let go. Hold its head so it can't grab my ear. Said Beener, I'll have to carry it like this. The goose held on to Beener's hair all the way back to the hospital. Chapter 4, Teamwork. One of the goose's feet is normal, but the other is closed up tight. Then it can use only one foot when it swims. That must be why it was spinning in a circle, Anita said. Mike, you have small fingers. Can you feel if the foot is broken? Mike felt the feet carefully. The bones feel the same to me. Then the problem must be the muscles. They weren't strong enough to hold the foot open, so it grew closed instead. Can we make the goose a special shoe? Mike asked. It could hold the foot open so the muscles grow properly. I have an idea. He rolled a piece of paper into a ball. and put it into Goose closed food. This will hold the food open a little. We can tape a bigger ball in place every week. We'll stop when the food stays open by itself. Great idea, said Anita. Good work, Jeffrey and Mike. Mike grinned. We make a pretty good team. I have the perfect name for the goose. Beaner said, DG. Chapter 5, Hanging by a Trail. Hanging by a tail. The Animal Rescue Club was busy during the next few weeks. Nicky the raccoon grew big and fat. Raindrop grew fatter too, but Mike was still worried about him. Opossums are supposed to hang by their tails, said Mike. Raindrop just sits on the floor. Come help us with Dizzy, Mike, said Anita. It's time to take the final bandage off his foot. Animal cut the bandage and took away the ball of paper. This foot is staying open. Raymond cried. Let me feel, said Mike. He felt Dizzy's good foot. Then he felt the other one. They feel the same, he said. Take him to the lake, said Anita. See if his feet work in water. They took Dizzy to Catfish Lake. Dizzy put his head under the water and spun around. Oh no, said Jeffrey. It didn't work. Then Dizzy lifted his head. His mouth was full of weeds. He was just eating, Raymond said. Dizzy honked and swam to join the other geese. He's fine, said Bino. We did it. Back at the hospital, Raindrop was hanging by his tail. Hey, said Jeffrey, how did he learn to do that? I just took his tail and wrapped it around the branch. Now he knows how to do it. Sometimes we need is for someone to take our hand. Or tail, said Anita. A call came in. Rabbit is stuck under a porch on Elm Street. Let's go, Bino said. My, will Raindrop be okay without you now? I know he will, said Mike. And the Animal Rescue Club raced off to another rescue. The end.